There is a hidden secret that the world has overlooked. A secret so powerful that once you grasp it, you will never again live in lack. You will never again chase money. Because you will finally understand that money was created to serve you, not the other way around. The world has taught you to run after it, to struggle for it, to work endless hours in pursuit of it. But that is not how it was designed to flow. Money, like every manifestation in this universe, responds to imagination, responds to word, responds to the script you write within yourself. And I am here to show you that if you will dare to write the one thing I am about to give you and repeat it as if it were already true, money will begin to chase you. You see, life is not about laboring for results. It is about accepting the reality that is already finished within the invisible. Everything you desire already exists in a completed state, waiting for you to claim it. The only barrier between you and your wealth is the script you are currently writing about yourself. Right now, you have written unconsciously, allowing the world to dictate your story. Perhaps you have written, I am broke. I never have enough. Money slips through my fingers. And the universe, obedient as always, has given you exactly that. You are always writing, whether by pen, thought, or feeling. Your words are the brush with which you paint the canvas of your life. If you desire money to chase you, you must learn to write a new script. And not just write it as ink upon paper, but as fire upon your imagination. The truth is, you can write a single sentence, and if you believe it, it will transform your entire reality. Because the moment you write, you are making a decree. You are saying to the unseen world, this is who I am. This is my life. And life echoes back to you whatever you have dared to declare. The sentence is simple. You will write, I am the one money loves to chase. That is all. Write it not as hope, not as future, but as truth in this very moment. Write it and feel it as though you were describing your current state of being. Do not ask for it. Do not beg for it. Simply declare it. I am the one money loves to chase. Because the essence of manifestation is not asking, it is assuming. It is living from the end. It is standing in the feeling of your wish already fulfilled. When you write this, you are not writing an affirmation to change yourself. You are writing the truth of who you already are in the unseen. Money is energy. It does not chase the desperate. It chases the confident, the assured, the one who knows. When you write this sentence, you step into that knowing. You align with the state of the one who is already wealthy, the one to whom money flows effortlessly. From that moment, money cannot help but pursue you. Perhaps you think this is too simple, that you need long rituals, endless affirmations, countless techniques. But simplicity is the key. The universe does not respond to complicated formulas. It responds to clarity of assumption. If you write this one truth, if you embody it, you will not need to repeat thousands of affirmations. A single decree, believed, outweighs years of begging. Do you realize how powerful your written word is? Writing is creation in its purest form. When you write something, you impress it deeply upon your mind. And when it is impressed upon the mind, it must be expressed in your outer world. If you write, I am the one money loves to chase, and you dwell upon it until you feel it, life itself will reshape to reflect it. Unexpected income will appear, doors will open, opportunities will fall into your lap. People will come offering you the very things you once chased. But you must understand, writing alone is not the power. It is writing with belief, with imagination, with assumption that births results. If you scribble the words without feeling, you are merely repeating empty letters. But if you write with the sense that it is already true, you awaken the creative force within you. You begin to occupy the state of wealth, and once you live in that state, the outer world must mirror it. You may wonder how money can chase you. Let me tell you, when you truly live from the assumption that wealth is yours, you unconsciously alter your entire vibration. Your energy changes. Your actions flow differently. Your conversations shift. Your very presence attracts opportunity. You are no longer the one searching. You are the magnet pulling everything toward you. Money shows up as gifts, as raises, as promotions, as chance encounters, as business ideas, as investments, as surprises in your bank account. And every time, you will realize it is not you chasing money, but money chasing you. Imagine this. A person writes, I am the one money loves to chase. At first, nothing seems to happen, but within days, they feel a shift. They begin to expect money instead of doubt it. Then they receive a message from someone offering them a new opportunity. The next day, an unexpected check arrives in the mail. A week later, a friend insists on repaying an old debt they had forgotten. And soon streams of money appear from directions they could never have planned. This is no coincidence. This is the law at work. The world calls it luck, but there is no such thing as luck. There is only alignment with your assumption. Write this truth, live it, and watch how quickly things rearrange themselves to serve you. The universe is precise, and it is generous, but it will not contradict your inner script. If your inner story is poverty, then all the effort in the world cannot bring you wealth. But if your inner story is abundance, then nothing can stop money from chasing you. Let me tell you this. The outer world is a shadow. It only reflects the inner world. You may try to change the shadow, but it will return to its shape until you change the object casting it. That object is your imagination. That object is your written decree. Change it, and the shadow must obey. So when you write, I am the one money loves to chase, you are changing the object. You are altering the blueprint, and the outer world has no choice but to follow. Think for a moment about how the wealthy live. They do not chase money. They know it comes. They expect it. They walk as though the world is already theirs, because in their mind it is. That expectation is their decree. That inner script is why money flows to them without struggle. And the beauty is, you can step into that same state today. You need no wealth to begin. You need no proof. You need only to write and assume, and the wealth will appear. Now I ask you, will you dare to try it? Will you dare to write the sentence, to claim it as truth? Will you stop chasing and start allowing? Because money is waiting to chase you. It has been searching for you all along, but you have been too busy running after it to notice. Stop running, stand still, declare your wealth, and watch it come rushing to you. When you hold the pen and write those words, do not see it as a mere exercise. See it as an act of creation. Because in truth, it is not paper you are writing upon. It is the fabric of reality itself. You are impressing upon the invisible substance of life, and that substance never forgets. It takes your decree and shapes itself into circumstances, events, and outcomes that align with it. So let your writing be sacred. Do it not as a child doodling on a page, but as a creator shaping destiny. When you write, I am the one money loves to chase, close your eyes and feel what it would be like if it was so. Imagine yourself walking through the streets, feeling as though money were a loyal companion running after you, desiring to find you wherever you go. Imagine opportunities calling your name, banks sending you messages of deposits, doors opening that you had never even knocked upon. Write it as though the ink itself carries the power of truth, and as you do, your inner being begins to accept it. Money has no will of its own. It simply obeys the command of your consciousness. If you treat it as something to be pursued, it will always remain just out of reach. If you see yourself as the one it cannot resist, it will pursue you with eagerness. That is the secret the wealthy have always lived by, even if they could not explain it. They live in the knowing that money wants them. They do not run. They attract. They do not ask. They expect. They do not doubt. They assume. And assumption, when persisted in, hardens into fact. Think of the farmer who plants a seed. He does not question whether it will grow. He does not dig it up every hour to check if it has taken root. He writes the decree of life by placing it in the soil, and then he rests, knowing that the law of growth will do its part. So it is with your words. When you write your decree, do not run after results with impatience. Rest in the knowing that your seed has already been planted, and life in its perfect order will bring the harvest. You may say, but how will it come? From where will it arrive? What must I do to make it happen? Leave that to the unseen power that governs all. Your part is only to assume and persist. The how, the when, the through whom, it is none of your concern. When you write, you release the need to control. You step into the flow of allowance, and then everything aligns with your decree. Money will come by channels you cannot predict, but it will come. That is the certainty of the law. Perhaps you have tried before and said to yourself, but I wrote, I affirmed, and nothing happened. That is only because you wrote as a beggar, not as a creator. You wrote from lack, not from fulfillment. You wrote words, but your heart whispered doubt, and so the doubt, not the words, was impressed upon your reality. You see, the law does not hear what you write. It hears what you mean. It hears the feeling behind the words. That is why when you write, you must feel the joy of already being the one money chases. You must write with conviction, as though you were recording a fact, not trying to convince yourself of a lie. Let me remind you, everything in your life today is the result of something you once assumed. Perhaps you assumed lack. Perhaps you assumed struggle. Perhaps you assumed limitation. And those assumptions, though written unconsciously, became the facts of your world. But the glorious news is, you can write a new story now. You can overturn every false decree with a new one. And the moment you persist in the new story, the old one begins to fade, and the new one rises into expression. Close your eyes and picture money as a person. See it chasing after you, calling your name, eager to be with you. See it longing to fill your pockets, your bank accounts, your life. And smile, because you are the beloved one it runs after. Write it again. I am the one money loves to chase. And feel the truth of it sink deep within you. That feeling is the magnet. That feeling is what draws the unseen into the seen. Every time you write, you are drawing a line in the sand. You are saying to the universe, this is who I am now. You are not asking to become it. You are claiming that you already are it. And once you stand in that claim, nothing can remove it from you. The outer world may seem unchanged at first, but do not be fooled by appearances. Appearances are slow echoes. Reality is already altered the moment you assume. The world of form simply takes time to catch up. The truth is, most people spend their days writing the opposite decree. They say, money never stays with me. I can't afford this. Life is hard. Wealth is for others, not me. They write it in conversations. They write it in complaints. They write it in thoughts repeated over and over. And then they wonder why lack continues to chase them. They are simply reaping what they have sown. But you are wiser now. You will not write the old script again. You will choose a new decree and persist until it becomes your reality. Do not underestimate the persistence required. A single decree written once may stir your heart, but it is persistence that plants it firmly into your subconscious. When you write daily, when you dwell upon it, when you rehearse the feeling, the state becomes natural to you. And once it is natural, it must be expressed outwardly. So write not once and forget, but write until it becomes as familiar as your own name. Do not say, I will try. Say, this is done. Do not ask, when will it happen? Say, it already is. Do not wait for proof before believing. Believe and proof will come. That is the order of creation. The world has taught you to see first and then believe, but the law of life is reversed. Believe first and then you will see. I tell you, money is closer than you think. It is not in some distant future. It is here circling you, waiting for permission to enter your life. And that permission is given the moment you write and accept. I am the one money loves to chase. Give it permission today, and you will marvel at how quickly it obeys. When you understand this law, you realize that money has no choice but to obey your assumption. It does not resist. It does not argue. It does not ask questions. It reflects. If you stand in the state of one who is constantly pursued by money, then every channel of life begins to arrange itself so that money comes in your direction. Employers suddenly notice your value. Strangers are drawn to support you. Investments yield profit. Even what you once called accidents become perfectly timed gifts. You are no longer the struggler. You are the one who stands still while wealth runs to greet you. And as you continue to write this decree, you will find something even more beautiful. Your relationship with money transforms. Once perhaps you feared it. You thought it scarce. You chased it with desperation, believing it was always slipping away. But when you write this truth, you see that money is not your enemy, nor your master. It is your servant. It seeks you. It longs to be with you. You no longer feel tension when you think of it. You feel ease, because you know it cannot leave you. It will always return. Do you see how powerful this shift is? Most live their entire lives as slaves to money, running endlessly toward it, yet never catching it. But the moment you accept yourself as the one money loves to chase, the roles reverse. Money becomes the seeker, and you, the sought. That is why you will feel lightness when you write this. You will feel the burden lifting, because you are no longer chasing shadows. You are allowing substance to find you. Think about how the child plays. A child does not question if their parent will provide. They assume care will come. They live in joy, in play, in imagination, and what they assume is always delivered. So it is with you. When you write with childlike faith, when you play with the idea that money chases you, when you laugh as though it were already true, you step into that innocent state of trust. And trust is the open door through which all supply flows. You might find, after writing this decree for several days, that ideas begin to come to you. Ideas for ventures, creative sparks, sudden inspirations. Pay attention to them. These are the pathways through which money will reach you. Do not dismiss them as random thoughts. They are part of the unfolding of your decree. The moment you declared, "I am the one money loves to chase," the universe began arranging opportunities. And often those opportunities come first as inspired ideas. Follow them with joy, not with fear, and you will see how effortlessly they lead to abundance. Do not be surprised if people around you begin to notice the change. They may not understand it, but they will sense something different in you. They will call it confidence. They will call it luck. They will call it charm. But what they are seeing is the outpicturing of your inner decree. They are witnessing the energy of one who no longer chases, but attracts. You will see them drawn to you, offering help, recommending opportunities, introducing you to others. And all of this will be the chasing of money in human form. There will be moments when the old story tries to return. The thought may whisper, "It is not working. Look, nothing has changed." Do not accept that lie. Do not rewrite the old decree. Simply return to your truth. Write again, "I am the one money loves to chase," and dwell in the joy of it. Because persistence is victory. The one who persists cannot fail. The outer world must eventually yield to the inner decree if you do not give it up. And remember, your decree does not need to be shouted. It does not need to be repeated endlessly with strain. One line written in faith is more powerful than 1,000 lines written in doubt. The key is the feeling of certainty, the quiet assurance, the restful knowing that it is already yours. Rest is the true power. When you write and rest, you have already claimed it. The chase has already begun. I want you to imagine for a moment that today, after you write those words, you go about your day in complete ease. You do not worry about bills. You do not calculate how money will arrive. You simply live as though you are the favored one of wealth. You walk as though you are magnetic, as though everything you touch turns to profit, as though every door opens for you. How do you think the world will respond? You will find it reflecting that very energy. The cashier will greet you warmly. The email you receive will contain good news. The conversation with a friend will lead to a new opportunity. Step by step, the chase becomes visible, and the more visible it becomes, the more natural it feels. Soon you will not even remember what it was like to chase money. You will forget the old days of lack, because they will feel like a dream that no longer belongs to you. Instead, your normal will be abundance. Your natural state will be wealth. And when others ask you your secret, you will smile, because you will know it was as simple as writing one line and daring to believe it. Now let me ask you this. Will you keep writing the old story of struggle, or will you dare to write the new decree of abundance? Will you remain the one who chases, or will you become the one who is chased? The choice is yours in every moment. Every thought, every word, every feeling is a stroke of the pen upon the script of your life. Choose wisely. Choose the decree that liberates you. Choose the decree that aligns with your true self. Do not wait for the perfect time to begin. Begin now. Take a pen. Take a paper, and write it. I am the one money loves to chase. Write it with joy. Write it with power. Write it as though the ink itself carries the weight of eternity. And as you write, feel the shift. Feel the chase begin. Feel money rushing toward you from every direction. This is not fantasy. It is law, and the law cannot fail you. As you continue to write this truth, you will notice how the smallest details of your life begin to shift. The very air around you will feel lighter. Conversations will carry a new tone. People who once ignored you will now notice you. Invitations will come without you seeking them. The phone will ring with opportunities. The inbox will deliver surprising messages, and the current of life will seem to flow in your favor. All of this is evidence of the decree at work. You wrote it, and now it writes itself across your outer world. Let this truth sink deeply. Money does not originate outside of you. It is not in the world waiting to be caught. It flows from within you, from the state you occupy. When you declare, I am the one money loves to chase, you are not reaching for something far away. You are unlocking what was always within. You are permitting wealth to emerge through you. That is why the shift feels so natural. Because it is not an addition. It is a revelation. And the more natural it feels, the faster it comes. Because nothing can resist the one who accepts their identity. Money cannot resist you when you have accepted yourself as its beloved. It comes not because you chase it, but because you are the magnet pulling it in. That magnetism is not effort. It is being. When you are being the one money loves to chase, you do not try. You do not force. You simply allow, and everything unfolds in your favor. So I urge you, write until your hand knows it, until your heart beats it, until your breath carries it. Write until it feels like the most obvious truth in the world. Write until when someone mentions wealth, your mind immediately thinks, of course it is mine. Of course it follows me. Of course it chases me. This is how assumption becomes identity, and identity becomes reality. Even when you walk through places where others complain of lack, you will stand untouched, because your decree has already written a different story for you. Their reality need not be yours. Their struggles need not be yours. You have chosen a higher script, and life honors your choice. Do not argue with them. Do not defend yourself. Simply remain in your truth, and you will watch as life proves it again and again. At times you may feel overwhelmed by how quickly things begin to shift. Opportunities may come from so many directions that you must choose which to accept. Money may arrive so easily that you laugh at how simple it all was. You may even ask yourself why you ever spent years in struggle when the truth was so close all along. But that laughter is proof that the decree has been fulfilled. You have stepped into the natural rhythm of abundance, where money chases you, and not the other way around. And when you reach this state, do not stop writing. Keep writing, not because you must force it, but because writing becomes joy. It becomes your song, your art, your reminder of truth. Each word reinforces the state, until it is so deeply woven into you that nothing can shake it. This is how you remain unshaken, even when the world outside appears turbulent. Because your decree is greater than appearances. Let every day be an opportunity to write again. Write in the morning, and feel the freshness of new wealth. Write in the evening, and feel the joy of being pursued by money. Write not because you are desperate, but because you are delighted. Write because you love the feeling of wealth chasing you. That love, that joy, that delight is the energy that multiplies your manifestations. So let the paper before you become your altar, your sacred space of creation. Let the pen become your wand, shaping worlds. Let each word become a seed planted in the fertile soil of imagination. And let the harvest be so abundant that you cannot contain it. Because truly there is no limit to what you can decree. If money chases you, then everything else chases you too. Love, health, success, opportunities. The law does not stop at wealth. It obeys your every decree. And once you understand this, life itself becomes a celebration. You no longer strain. You no longer fear. You no longer wonder. You simply write, assume, and receive. And in that rhythm, you discover the true freedom that was always yours. As you walk in this new awareness, you begin to see evidence everywhere. You will find a coin on the ground and smile, not because of its small value, but because it is a sign of your decree manifesting. You will notice discounts, gifts, refunds, unexpected savings, and realize that money is finding ways to reach you from every direction. Even the smallest sign is a whisper from the universe saying, your decree is alive. Money is chasing you now. It is important to notice these signs and give thanks for them. Gratitude seals the decree more deeply within you. When you receive even the smallest amount, rejoice in it as though it were millions. For in the unseen, it already is. Gratitude magnifies the flow. Every time you acknowledge money's pursuit, You give it permission to chase you with even greater speed and abundance. As you live in this awareness, you will also notice that your attitude toward giving transforms. You no longer fear spending, because you know money returns multiplied. You no longer cling tightly, because you know money cannot leave you. You give with joy. You invest with confidence. You share with ease. And as you do, money flows back to you in greater measure, because you have aligned yourself with the truth of abundance. To the one money loves to chase, there is never loss, only circulation, only flow, only more returning again and again. The old self, the one who chased money, may try to whisper again. It may remind you of bills, debts, or old struggles. Do not condemn yourself for hearing those whispers. Simply ignore them. They are echoes of a past story, powerless unless you give them attention. Instead, return to your decree. Write it again. Feel it again. I am the one money loves to chase. With every return to this truth, the old voice grows weaker until it disappears entirely. You will begin to carry yourself differently. Your posture will lift. Your steps will be lighter. Your eyes brighter. Without effort, you will radiate assurance. Others will feel it and be drawn to you. They may not understand what has changed, but they will sense it. They will call it confidence, magnetism, even mystery. But you will know the secret. You wrote a decree, and now life itself is fulfilling it. And as you keep dwelling in this state, the scale of the chase increases. At first you may notice small sums arriving, then larger amounts, then streams of income you never imagined possible. One opportunity leads to another. One door opens to another, and soon you are living in a flow of abundance, so natural that you wonder how you ever lived otherwise. The chase does not stop, it multiplies. Money seeks you with greater urgency, the more you accept that you are its beloved. Do not forget, however, that it is not the paper bills or coins that chase you. It is the essence of wealth, the energy of supply, the spirit of abundance. The physical forms are simply expressions of that energy. Once you align with the energy, the forms are endless. It may appear as cash, as property, as investments, as gifts, as opportunities, as relationships, as promotions. Do not limit the channels. Money will find you in ways you never predicted. Allow it to surprise you. The greatest joy comes when you stop waiting and start living as though it were already done. You do not postpone your joy until millions arrive. You live in joy now, knowing money is already on its way. You smile now. You relax now. You celebrate now. And by living in the end, you hasten its arrival. Money cannot resist the one who already celebrates. As if it were theirs, it rushes to confirm the celebration. So take each day as another page in your story. Let your pen move freely. Write with certainty. Write with delight. And as you do, watch how the universe races to fulfill every line. Watch how people, events, and circumstances fall into place, as if they had always been waiting for this moment. Because in truth, they were. The entire universe has been waiting for you to claim your identity. And once you claim it, everything obeys. So today I leave you with this truth. You were never meant to run after wealth. You were meant to stand still and let it run after you. The chase was never yours to begin. It is money's desire to serve you, to follow you, to surround you in abundance. All you must do is write the decree and live as though it were already true. The world is not waiting to be changed. It is waiting for you to change your script. And once you declare, I am the one money loves to chase, the universe itself rearranges in obedience to your word. Walk now in that certainty. Write it, feel it, believe it, and watch as life proves it beyond measure. From this day forward, let it be known, you are no longer the seeker. You are the magnet. You are the center. You are the one money loves to chase.